And now we will switch the focus over to the Xavier Musketeers. The Blue Jays take on Xavier on Wednesday night. Wednesday night, I know that for sure.
Yeah, Wednesday at
Let
7.
Wednesday at 7. Okay, there you go. Now, Xavier is coming off a huge win against UConn. So now we have similar opponents that we both beat. This is a Xavier team that was up 16 points, I want to say, on St. John's in New
Mm,
York.
we needed them to beat St. John's.
This is a very good Xavier team. And Creighton is lucky enough to play them at home first. Hopefully that's a good thing and not a bad thing. This is a scary Xavier team, Alex.
Yeah, well, if you look at their last 4 games, they beat Villanova, beat Marquette, lost to St. John's in overtime, and then beat UConn. I mean, that's about as good as it gets in the Big East. So,
Yeah.
and I think this might be a scary game. Coming
Yeah.
off a 6-game winning streak for us, I think we might be riding a little high and
Hmm.
Xavier's hitting their stride. So I'm a little scared.
Yeah. This is a Xavier team that really has no bad losses. They lost against Marquette. They lost at Georgetown, similar, but Georgetown's actually been playing good basketball this year. They lost against St. John's. They lost at St. John's. They lost at TCU. They lost at Cincinnati. They lost at Michigan, who at one point was a top 15 team in the country. So it's like, really, there are no bad losses on this team's resume right now.
Yeah.
I hope Creighton can beat them in Omaha because I think they have the potential to. But I think the Xavier team really matches up with Creighton really well, and I don't like Zach Freemantle, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. I think this is a tough matchup, but if we can get this one done going into who do we play after this? Do you
It
know?
doesn't get easier. I know the road just gets harder. It might be at the dunk, Providence at the dunk. I know it's
We
not called that
play
anymore.
Xavier Wednesday, and then we play at Villanova. I think our parents are going to that.
Yeah, our parents are going to the Nova game, and then it's at
Then
the
at
dunk.
Providence against Marquette
Marquette,
against Connecticut. Oh, we have a
Marquette,
tough 3-game
Connecticut at
stretch.
St. John's. Yeah, we could drop all of those potentially. We need to try to win at least one or two of those games,
And
but
then if we can get through that, our last 5 games are pretty easy.
yeah,
But
I don't know. It's a big game because this is one of the teams that I think is top half of the Big East, like top six of the Big East. Well, I guess there's only 11 teams, so that really makes no sense. I think this is like a top five team in the Big East,
I agree.
and you need to be able to defend your home court, and I feel like this is a great opportunity to do so. This Xavier team has dudes. Like some of these teams in the Big East, you're like, oh, but they don't really have anybody. No, let's read off some of the names here. Ryan Conwell, Zach Freemantle, Davion McKnight, Dylan Swain, Marcus Foster, Jerome Hunter. Like those are dudes.
Yeah, these are real basketball
Play.
players.
So it's I don't know. They have a lot of options scoring the ball too. They're pretty balanced. Ryan Conwell and Fremantle lead the team, each scoring 16. But then you get a lot of diversity between McKnight, Swain, Foster, Hunter, even Trey Green off the bench. We didn't talk about him. Dante Maddox Jr. So it's like this team, they spread the ball out nicely. They play pretty fluidly as a team. They have the potential to beat you if you don't come ready to go. This game is going to be interesting because we touched on it. They don't have bad losses.
Yeah. Yeah, like a Wednesday night game against Xavier at home is not one you want to drop, but I think this one could sneak up on us a little bit.
No, I hope it's vice versa. I'd hope they're on the road. They're like, oh, the Wednesday night Creighton game. They just don't come ready to play, and then we can cruise because the road really for Creighton doesn't get easier. Like you touched on, it's at Nova, at Providence, Marquette, UConn, St. John's.
Yeah.
And so this could be a good game in order to get our groove back before heading up to Villanova to hopefully sneak out a series win, series sweep.
Yeah.
I don't know, Alex. What do you think about this Xavier team? What do you think about this Xavier game in
Yeah,
particular?
like I said, I'm a little worried about it, but I mean, we should win. I think we will win. But Fremantle's pretty good, but I think we'll still lock him up. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I probably shouldn't be that worried, but I'm still gonna worry about it.
Who do you think? What do you think the matchups even are for this game?
Yeah, I don't know because you can't really put Kalkbrenner on Fremantle, or can you? Like, I don't really know
No,
because you don't want to take
Fremantle
Kalkbrenner out
plays
of the.
outside. I
Yeah,
feel like if you wouldn't put Eric Dixon or Culprin on Eric Dixon, who's bigger than Fremantle, I don't think really see a world where you put
I think you put Green on
Culp on
Fremantle
Fremantle.
probably, I guess, but I
I guess
don't love
and
that.
Trout maybe when Trout comes into the game or
Yeah,
Miller maybe, but I don't know. I think this Xavier team has a lot of big-bodied guards who are strong, and that kind of worries me when I think about like Jackson McAndrew. Like, who's Jackson McAndrew going to guard in this game? I don't.
yeah,
But there's a reason why I'm not on the coaching staff, and we just sit around and talk about the Blue Jays.
yeah. I'm kind of interested to see.
I am too. I hope we catch Xavier while they're sleeping. That's really my goal. And then I saw that Villanova didn't have a game. They're like their next game was Creighton on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
And
they don't play all week.
that was the day that we played Seton Hall, I think. So
Yeah,
we had like a week to prepare for Creighton, and it's at Villanova.
yeah, that one might
So
be
I
tough.
think this needs to be a win before we go to Villanova because I know that Eric Dixon's going to want his get back and he'll want to put 40 on Kalkbrenner again.
And he probably will because he does every time.
He probably will. All right, what are your final score predictions for Creighton Xavier on Wednesday?
I think it'll be Creighton 73, Xavier 67.
Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to be too crazy. I'm going to go Creighton 77 to 70. Blue Jays sneak one out by some Stephen Ashworth free throws. I really hope this goes as well as I'm thinking it will go
Yeah.
because, like we talked about, this Xavier team's darn good.
I mean, we won 5 in a row. I don't want to mess it up at home.
We've
If
won
we,
seven of eight, I think, right?
yeah,
So this is a Creighton team that's rolling.
yeah. I will say one thing before we quit. How the hell is UConn still ranked?
They shouldn't
I
be.
don't understand.
They
They're
shouldn't.
only ranked because they're named UConn, but they've lost like a ton in a row, and they're like 14-6. Well, we're also 14-6, but I
I
wouldn't even
mean,
think we should.
we're getting better.
Yeah,
They're
and we
getting
beat them.
worse. And I understand that they don't have McNeely,
They don't even
but
really have a great win. I mean, they beat Gonzaga
how
and Baylor.
great is that? Santa Clara beat Gonzaga.
Yeah, they beat Gonzaga and Baylor, but neither of those are in
Neither of
rank.
those teams are very good.
They still haven't played Marquette.
I looked at
So,
a mock March Madness, and it had Creighton at the 8 going up against Baylor, which is a 9.
yeah,
That was the 8-9. So how great is that win, really? Their best win right now is Gonzaga, but Gonzaga's even dropped some games that they probably shouldn't have.
Gonzaga's on the bubble now. Like they're struggling.
I don't know. UConn doesn't really have a great win.
No,
They got trounced in Maui, and then it looked better for a month. And then now since they don't have McNeely, it's all kind of going to crap. I don't know. I don't understand how they're still ranked. I'm gonna
holy
be
shit. Nelhard in the last 3 games for Gonzaga, 10 assists, 15 assists, 14 assists. I really miss him.
He's really good, yeah.
That's insane.
It should be Kaluma, Trey, and Ryan Nemhard's senior year.
Nemhard's averaging 10 assists. I did not know that.
He's one of the best point guards in the country, and he could be on
Yeah.
our team, but he wanted to chase money.
Yeah, I don't blame him, I guess, but I kind of do.
I don't know. I think if you pick or choose, but it should be Trey's Kaluma and Nemhard's senior year. I'm okay with Kaluma not being included in
Yeah,
that.
we kind
It
of
should be
agree.
Trey. It should be Trey and Nemhard's senior year for sure.
I agree, but Trey's low key going off. Both Baylor and Trey are going off. I
That's
think,
great to see.
yeah, I think they
That is
might
really
be successful.
well. Trey Alexander, everyone knew that his game translated better to the NBA than it did college.
Yeah.
His ability to create his own shot, and he's terrific at getting himself a bucket,
Um,
and he's showing that. And Baylor's just an all around great player. So I feel like nobody had any questions whether Baylor Shireman would be a good G League or NBA dude, but I mean Trey is hooping.
He's averaging like 35 in his last 10 games.
Nuts.
Absurd.
That's literally us at the rec, bro.
Literally.
All right, Alex. Appreciate you taking the time to come talk to me.
Force.
All righty, guys. The Creighton Bluejays will take on the Xavier Musketeers at the CHI Health Center in Omaha at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Alex King, myself, we will be back probably some point later in the week to recap this game and then preview the Villanova one. We'll see you guys later.